Imagine waking up in the morning feeling perfectly fine, starting your normal routine like any other day, and yet that being your last morning alive. No, this isn't a horror movie or a made up story to scare you. This was the harsh and devastating reality of one of my patients that I will never forget. A healthy and active 72-year-old man, proud grandfather of 7 grandchildren, who died of sudden cardiac death just 2 hours after waking up on an ordinary Thursday morning. His wife was in the kitchen making coffee when she heard a dull thud in the living room. He had collapsed on the floor without any prior warning. The shocking cause of all this? An incredibly common mistake he made every single morning, a silent enemy that, according to alarming statistics, millions of people watching this video commit in the first hours after waking up without even realizing the deadly danger. Stay with me until the absolute end because in the next few minutes, I will reveal this fatal morning habit that is a ticking time bomb for your heart. And more importantly, I will show you how simple changes you can make tomorrow morning can literally save your life and add years of health. I have been a cardiologist for many years and have seen repeatedly how certain seemingly harmless and routine morning habits end in devastating tragedy without warning. The story of my patient, let's call him Carlos to protect his identity and family privacy, is not a rare isolated case as you might think. It is the echo of a silent health crisis happening in homes all over the world every morning when people wake up. When his wife called me completely devastated and in shock without understanding anything, she said with a trembling voice, "Doctor, I don't understand anything at all about what happened so fast." He had just woken up fine, was talking to me normally, seemed perfectly healthy. How could he have died so suddenly without signs? The shocking answer was not in any severe hidden disease or rare genetic condition. It was in the 5 mistakes he religiously committed every morning upon waking, in habits no one ever questioned. The autopsy revealed sudden cardiac death due to fatal arrhythmia, but the true underlying cause, the triggers that unleashed that deadly arrhythmia, were morning habits that went completely unnoticed for years and decades, behaviors that progressively stressed his heart every morning until the day it simply couldn't take it anymore. In this urgent video, I won't just reveal the fatal morning mistake that took Carlos away, leaving 7 grandchildren without a beloved grandfather. We will unmask 5 deadly morning mistakes that are dramatically increasing your risk of suffering sudden death, massive heart attack, or devastating stroke in the crucial first hours after waking up. And rest assured, I won't give you an endless list of scary problems without applicable practical solution. For every dangerous morning mistake I will reveal in detail, I will give you a clear, simple strategy with solid medical backing that you can implement tomorrow. Because my goal is not to scare you and make you afraid of waking up. It is that you finish this video knowing exactly what you must urgently adjust in your morning routine to reduce the real risk you are running every day upon waking. Let's start with the main and deadliest morning mistake, the one that silently claims the most lives in the first 2 hours after waking up, the cardiovascular shock you create without realizing in the first 15 minutes of the day. But before diving into these 5 deadly morning mistakes that could kill you tomorrow morning, I need you to do something crucial right now. Click subscribe to the channel immediately. Leave that powerful like to help the algorithm show this life-saving video to more people who need this urgent information, and turn on the red notification bell so you don't miss any vital content. Share this video now via WhatsApp with your parents, your friends, anyone you love. You could be literally saving someone's life with a simple morning share. Comment down below how old you are and which of these morning mistakes you recognize in your routine upon waking. I want to get to know you and accompany your journey of transformation for safer mornings. Now let's reveal morning mistake number 1 that killed my patient Carlos and could be killing you slowly too every morning without you having the slightest idea of the cardiovascular danger you run. Morning mistake number 1, The one that contributed directly to the sudden death of my patient, Carlos, is getting out of bed abruptly and starting activities immediately without giving the body the crucial transition time it desperately needs. Many people wake up with the alarm ringing, jump immediately out of bed, and in a matter of minutes are already moving quickly around the house doing 1,000 things. But here is the deadly cardiovascular problem no one told you. During the 7, 8 hours you slept, your body entered a completely different state of functioning. Your blood pressure dropped significantly, your heart rate slowed down to deep rest levels, your blood became thicker and more concentrated from hours of dehydration, and your blood vessels naturally contracted. When you get up abruptly and start moving quickly, you force your heart to make a violent and abrupt transition from 0 to 100 in seconds. It's like stepping on the gas of a car with a cold engine. This creates what cardiologists call morning cardiovascular shock, a tremendous acute stress on the system that can trigger fatal arrhythmias, rupture of arterial plaques, or pressure spikes so high they cause strokes instantly. Medical statistics show something absolutely terrifying. Most sudden cardiac deaths happen between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m., with the peak occurring in the first 2 hours after waking up. It's not a coincidence, it's pure physiology. Your body wasn't prepared for the sudden stress you imposed. Studies from the American Heart Association confirm that heart attack risk increases by 40% in the early morning hours compared to any other period of the entire day. Why? Because in this crucial morning period, your blood is naturally more prone to clotting after hours still during sleep. Your cortisol levels skyrocket, creating acute inflammation, and your blood pressure rises faster than at any other time. If you add abrupt movement and immediate stress to this already dangerous mix, you create a perfect cardiovascular storm. Carlos had the habit of waking up at 6 a.m. with an alarm, jumping immediately out of bed, going straight to the bathroom for morning hygiene quickly, then running to the kitchen not to be late. No transition at all, no giving the body time. His wife told me he always said proudly, "I'm fast in the morning, I don't waste time. I wake up operating 100%." He thought it was admirable efficiency. In fact, he was accumulating cardiovascular stress every single day for years. The practical solution that can save your life is surprisingly simple, but requires discipline. Implement the sacred 5-minute rule every morning without exception. When your alarm rings, don't jump out of bed immediately as if the house were on fire. First, before getting up, still lying in bed, slowly move your ankles, making circles, gently flex and extend your legs, move your arms slowly. This activates your circulation, gradually preparing the system. Second, sit slowly on the edge of the bed and stay seated for at least 2 full minutes before standing up. During these 2 minutes, breathe deeply, stretch gently, let your body wake up progressively. This gives time for your heart to increase rate gradually, for your pressure to rise in a controlled way, for your vessels to dilate properly. Third, when finally getting up, do it slowly, holding on to something if necessary. Stand still for another 1 minute before starting to walk. This gradual transition of 5 total minutes may seem like a waste of time for those in a hurry, but literally saves lives, allowing your cardiovascular system to adjust without traumatic shock. Set your alarm 10 minutes earlier than you would normally wake up. These extra minutes are the best investment in longevity you can make. Use these minutes for gentle transition instead of jumping straight to activities. Think of your body as an old car engine needing to warm up before driving. You don't accelerate hard with a cold engine without damaging the entire system. Your heart and blood vessels function exactly the same biological way after 8 hours of deep sleep. Japanese studies showed that people who implemented this gradual morning transition reduced morning cardiovascular events by an impressive 60% compared to those who continued jumping out of bed. The difference is so dramatic that some hospitals in Japan now teach this technique as primary prevention. Also, avoid extremely loud and shrill alarm sounds that scare you awake. These aggressive alarms trigger adrenaline, instantly creating unnecessary stress spike. Use alarms that increase volume gradually or gentle nature sounds that wake you up kindly without cardiovascular startle. If you take medication for blood pressure or heart in the morning, don't take it immediately upon waking on an empty stomach, as many do, rushing. First, do your gentle 5-minute transition, then drink a glass of room temperature water to rehydrate, and only then take your medication. This allows the medication to work better because your body is already awake and circulating properly. Carlos's story haunts me because he did literally everything wrong. Loud alarm at 6 a.m., jumped out of bed immediately, ran to the bathroom, started the day in emergency mode. His heart took this for years until that fatal Thursday morning when a ventricular arrhythmia was triggered by morning shock and he collapsed in the living room before even having coffee. The autopsy showed he had moderate atherosclerosis, not severe, just moderate, but repeated morning stress over decades created conditions for a plaque to rupture that specific morning. If he had implemented gradual transition, he would probably be alive today playing with grandchildren. Don't make the same fatal mistake he made for years without knowing. Tomorrow morning, when that alarm rings, remember this video and do the correct transition. Your 5 extra minutes of life can give you 20 extra years of longevity. Morning mistake number 2, killing thousands silently, is drinking strong coffee immediately upon waking on a completely empty stomach and severely dehydrated body after 8 hours without drinking absolutely anything. Millions of people have this automatic routine engraved in their brain. Wake up, go straight to coffee maker, and first thing entering body is hot, strong coffee. Seems harmless, seems normal, seems even necessary to wake up properly. But here is the brutal cardiovascular truth cardiologists have known for decades. Coffee on an empty stomach is a time bomb for your heart, especially after age 50. Why is this so dangerous, specifically in the morning? Because coffee contains caffeine, triggering your adrenal glands to release cortisol and adrenaline in massive amounts. These are exactly same stress hormones your body releases when a lion is chasing you to kill you. Cortisol immediately tells your liver to dump stored glucose into bloodstream, raises your blood pressure dramatically, accelerates your heart rate, and constricts your blood vessels. All this happens within minutes after that first sip of morning coffee you love so much. If your body is already naturally stressed by waking up process, you just threw gasoline on a fire that was already burning dangerously. But problem is even more serious and deadly when you consider severe dehydration. After 7 or 8 hours sleeping without drinking any water, you woke up with deficit of approximately 500 700 milliliters of water in body lost through breathing and night sweating. Your blood is literally thicker and more concentrated than at any other time of day. Imagine thick honey instead of flowing water. Thick blood flows slower, creates more resistance, forces heart to pump much harder to move that viscous liquid. Now add coffee, which is diuretic, meaning makes you urinate even more, losing more fluids, dehydrating you even more deeply. You just worsened dramatically an already dangerous situation. American Heart Association studies showed morning dehydration combined with caffeine increases clot formation risk by 300% compared to being adequately hydrated. Clots are exactly what causes heart attacks and strokes, blocking vital arteries. Carlos, my patient who died, had religious habit of drinking 2 large cups of strong coffee right upon waking, always total empty stomach, never drinking water first. He said, "I need coffee to function. It's first thing I do." This seemingly harmless habit was creating blood pressure spikes every morning, damaging his arteries progressively for years. Coffee on empty stomach also triggers gastric acid production in massive amounts without having food in stomach to process, causing chronic inflammation many people feel as burning or discomfort but ignore as normal. This inflammation doesn't stay just in stomach. It spreads systemically, affecting your entire cardiovascular system through inflammatory markers circulating in blood. Chronic inflammation is recognized today as one of biggest risk factors for atherosclerosis, plaque formation, and sudden cardiovascular events. You literally are inflaming your body every single day starting morning. Practical solution that can transform your health is simple but requires changing deeply rooted habit. Never, under any circumstances, drink coffee right upon waking on empty stomach. First thing that must enter your body upon waking, before coffee, before anything else, is room temperature or slightly warm water, at least 350, 500 milliliters, approximately 2 full glasses. This rehydrates your blood immediately, dilutes it back to normal consistency, allows your heart to work efficiently without excessive effort, and prepares your digestive system to receive food properly. Wait at least 30 minutes after drinking water before having your first coffee. This interval is absolutely crucial and non negotiable if you want to live longer. During these 30 minutes, eat something light too: a banana, handful of nuts, slice of whole grain bread, anything putting a little food in stomach before caffeine arrives. This prevents uncontrolled cortisol spike, stabilizes glucose, protects stomach lining, and makes coffee much less dangerous cardiovascularly. Italian studies showed people who drank water first and waited before coffee reduced morning blood pressure spikes by impressive 35 points compared to those taking coffee immediately on empty stomach. Literal difference between life and death accumulated over years. If you simply cannot wait 30 minutes because love coffee too much, at least reduce dramatically to one small cup instead of multiple large cups, and always drink abundant water first without any exception. Also consider switching to decaf coffee in morning if you are over 60 or any cardiovascular history. Most people discover it wasn't caffeine they really needed, was just comforting ritual and familiar taste. Implement water first rule starting tomorrow morning. Keep 500 ml water bottle on your bedside table before sleeping tonight. When wake up tomorrow, before getting out of bed, before doing anything, drink half that bottle still lying down. This starts rehydration immediately. After getting up and doing your 5-minute gradual transition, learned in mistake number one, drink other half of bottle. Only after 20, 30 minutes, you go to coffee maker if still want coffee. Most of my patients who implemented this simple change report feeling dramatic difference in matter of days, more sustained energy throughout morning instead of spike and crash, fewer heart palpitations, less morning anxiety, more stable blood pressure. Carlos never had this chance because no one ever explained real danger to him. His wife told me crying, "If I knew that morning coffee was so dangerous, would have hidden his coffee maker every day." Don't let it be too late for you too. Water first, always, without exception. Your heart will thank you for decades. Morning mistake number three. Very few people know as deadly as taking hot shower immediately upon waking, especially very hot shower, without giving time for body to adjust gradually to drastic temperature change. Millions of people wake up and go straight to hot shower as part of automatic morning routine without questioning. Seems invigorating, seems necessary to wake up for real, seems most natural and harmless thing in world. But cardiologists know something terrifying most people never learned. Sudden temperature changes, especially in morning when your cardiovascular system is still adjusting, can trigger fatal cardiac events in seconds without any prior warning. Here is what happens physiologically in your body when entering hot shower right upon waking. Hot water causes massive and sudden vasodilation, meaning all your blood vessels dilate abruptly at same time trying to release heat. This makes your blood pressure drop dramatically suddenly. It's like opening all taps in house simultaneously. Pressure in pipes plummets instantly. Your heart detects this sudden pressure drop and enters panic mode, starting to pump much faster and with much more force, trying to compensate desperately. For healthy 30-year-old heart, this might be manageable. For 60, 70-year-old heart with some undiagnosed atherosclerosis can be fatal. Medical statistics from Japan, where hot baths are cultural and extremely common, show something shocking. Approximately 19,000 sudden deaths happen annually in Japanese bathrooms, majority related to thermal shocks, not falls, not slips. Cardiac arrests and strokes triggered by sudden temperature changes body couldn't compensate adequately, and happens predominantly with people over 60 in early morning hours when cardiovascular system is most vulnerable. Problem aggravates tremendously if alternating temperatures, starting with hot water, then cold, then hot again, as some people like doing, thinking it's stimulating. Each sudden thermal change creates another cardiovascular shock, another acute stress able to rupture unstable atherosclerotic plaque, causing heart attack or stroke instantly. Carlos, my patient who died, had habit of taking very hot shower right upon waking, almost scalding as he liked, without any adjustment period. His wife commented, he liked shower so hot released lot of steam, said was best part of his morning. That morning, pleasure was creating tremendous cardiovascular stress every single morning for accumulated years. Very hot water also causes severe additional dehydration because you sweat abundantly, even without realizing losing even more fluids from already dehydrated body after 8 hours sleep. Remember, we talked about thick blood in previous mistake? Hot shower worsens this dramatically, making you sweat, losing more water, thickening your blood even more dangerously. Some studies showed 10 minutes hot shower can cause loss of up to 200 millimolar fluids through imperceptible perspiration. You don't see sweat because shower water washes it immediately, but your body is dehydrating rapidly. Hot steam you breathe also dilates airways, but simultaneously can cause blood oxygenation drop in people with undiagnosed respiratory problems, creating another additional stress for heart. Practical and safe solution that can save your life is implement gradual temperature protocol every morning without exception. First, wait at least 15-20 minutes after waking before showering. Use this time to do your gentle transition from bed, drink water, hydrate body. This allows your cardiovascular system to wake up completely and stabilize before introducing thermal stress. Second, when finally entering shower, start with warm water, not hot. Body temperature or slightly warmer, approximately 35-37 degrees Celsius, 95-98 F. Let your body adjust for 2 to 3 minutes at this comfortable temperature before increasing gradually if want hotter water. This gentle transition allows your blood vessels to dilate progressively instead of abruptly, preventing dramatic pressure drops capable of being deadly. Third, keep maximum temperature moderate. Water should be comfortably warm, not scalding or uncomfortably hot. If releasing a lot of steam or skin gets red quickly, too hot and dangerous. Fourth, limit duration of morning hot shower to maximum 10 minutes total. Prolonged 20 to 30-minute baths in hot water, particularly dangerous in morning when body still adjusting to awakening. Fifth, never under any circumstances alternate between very hot and very cold water in morning thinking this is healthy or invigorating. These sudden changes extremely dangerous cardiovascularly and cause literally thousands annual deaths globally. If like cold water for therapeutic reasons, reserve for afternoon or evening when system completely awake and stable, never right upon waking. When finishing shower, don't exit abruptly to cold environment either, another common mistake. Reduce water temperature gradually and last 30 seconds, preparing body. Turn off shower, dry yourself still inside warm stall before opening door, and only then exit to cooler environment. Dress immediately, maintaining stable body temperature without shock. If living in cold climate and bathroom freezing in morning, heat environment before with portable heater for few minutes. Temperature difference between hot shower and freezing bathroom can be as dangerous as hot shower itself. Keep also water bottle in bathroom drinking more 200 ml after shower, replacing fluids lost through invisible perspiration. Scandinavian studies showed people implementing gradual morning temperature transitions reduced bath-related cardiovascular events by impressive 70% compared to those continuing abrupt changes. Difference between water starting warm, increasing gradually versus entering straight scalding water can literally be difference between waking up tomorrow or not. Carlos never had chance learning this because died before someone explained real danger. Don't commit same fatal mistake, gradual transition, moderate temperature, limited duration. Your heart deserves this simple care, adding decades to life. Morning mistake number 4. Killing healthy people every day is starting intense physical exercise immediately upon waking without adequate cardiovascular system warm up. Many people proud of discipline wake up early and go straight running, heavy lifting, or intense exercises, thinking being extremely healthy and proactive. Seems admirable, seems dedication to health, seems behavior of someone really committed to longevity. But cardiologists see something completely different and terrifying. These are exactly people appearing in sudden death during morning exercise statistics. Why exercise right upon waking so dangerous specifically? Because your body spent 7 to 8 hours in completely different metabolic state called deep rest. During sleep, heart rate dropped to 50, 60 beats per minute or less, blood pressure lowered significantly, blood concentrated becoming more viscous, arteries contracted naturally, and muscles entered energy conservation mode. When going straight from bed to intense exercise without gradual transition, force heart accelerating from 50 beats to 140, 160 beats in minutes, 200% increase, creating tremendous cardiovascular stress. It's like accelerating car from 0 to 100 km/h in 5 seconds with engine still cold will damage something internally, even if not seeing damage immediately. American College of Sports Medicine studies showed something absolutely shocking. 90% of exercise-related heart attacks happen in morning, and majority occurs in first 30 minutes of activity in people starting intense exercise without adequate warm-up. Not coincidence, pure predictable physiology. Your blood more prone to clotting morning because spent hours still, platelets more adherent, sticky, and if have any unstable atherosclerotic plaque in any coronary artery, sudden stress can rupture it, causing instant massive heart attack. Every year in the United States, approximately 450,000 people die of sudden cardiac death, and disproportionate percentage happens during morning exercise in people thinking being perfectly healthy. Problem aggravated tremendously if still dehydrated, didn't drink water, ate nothing, going exercise empty stomach. Thick blood plus intense effort plus dehydration. Yuck, perfect recipe for cardiovascular disaster. Add fact morning cortisol levels already naturally elevated, and intense exercise increases cortisol even more, creating acute inflammatory state capable destabilizing arterial plaques. Carlos, my patient, didn't do intense morning exercise, but know dozens cases people dying exactly this way. Woke up, went running hard, dropped dead on street in apparent perfect health. Human body needs gradual time for transition, deep rest, intense activity, not optional. Basic biology cannot be ignored without consequences. Practical solution: professional athletes and military use for decades. Never under any circumstances start intense exercise in first 2 hours after waking. Your body needs at least 90 to 120 minutes completely awake before being ready for significant cardiovascular effort. During these 2 hours, implement following safety protocol. First, do all your gradual transition morning routine already learned. Get up slow, drink abundant water, coffee only after hydrated, eat something light. Second, if absolutely must exercise right upon waking due schedule issues, then warm up stops being optional, becomes absolutely mandatory, non-negotiable. Minimum 15-20 minutes progressive warm up starting very light activity, slow walk, gentle dynamic stretches, smooth joint movements. Increase intensity gradually, minute by minute, letting heart rate rise progressively from 60 to 80, then 100, then 120 over 15-20 minutes. Only after meticulous preparation, start main intense exercise with some relative safety. Third, monitor heart rate with watch or app. If rising too fast, too high first minutes, doing wrong, creating danger. Fourth, never do maximum or near maximum exercise in morning. Reserve maximum intensities for afternoon or evening when body completely awake, warmed naturally. Studies showed physical performance, cardiovascular safety significantly better between 3 p.m. 7 p.m. compared 6 a.m. 9 a.m. If over 50 or any cardiovascular risk factor, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, family history, diabetes, overweight, seriously consider moving intense exercise to afternoon instead. Morning can literally save life. Fifth, never ignore warning signs during morning exercise. Chest pain, shortness breath, disproportionate effort, dizziness, nausea, irregular palpitations, excessive cold sweat. These signs your heart suffering might be entering failure. Stop immediately, seek medical help without hesitation. Many people ignore these signs thinking lack conditioning when actually heart attack's starting. Sixth, if running, exercising outdoors, avoid doing extreme temperatures morning. Very cold, very hot, add dangerous additional cardiovascular stress. Seventh, never compete. Others try beat personal records morning workouts. Ego kills more people during morning exercise than any other factor. Eighth, keep moderate intensity morning. Should be able to converse complete sentences during morning exercise if panting, too much speak, too intense, dangerous. Marathon road race data clear pattern. Sudden deaths happen disproportionately events starting early morning. People woke few hours before, didn't warm adequately, started very intense pace immediately. Athletics federations worldwide now recommend competitive races not start before 9 a.m. cardiovascular safety reasons. If sports organizations recognize danger, ordinary people need recognize too. Carlos didn't die during exercise, but autopsy showed accumulated morning stress heart years, including rapid movements right upon waking, created conditions fatal cardiac failure. Don't underestimate power, gradual warm up, appropriate timing. Your heart deserves time wake completely before being demanded intensely. Morning, mistake number 5, most fundamental, all amplifying exponentially all 4 previous errors already discussed. Exposing immediately psychological stress right upon waking, checking work emails, negative news, social media, or starting arguments, worries before even leaving bed. This most underestimated, ignored error all, but perhaps deadliest long-term, creating chronic emotional stress, destroying cardiovascular system progressively. Millions people wake up first thing do, still lying bed, grab phones, start consuming stressful information, urgent work emails, catastrophic news portals, problematic WhatsApp messages, annoying social media posts. Seems harmless, seems just being informed, starting productive day. But here, brutal cardiovascular truth. Morning right upon waking. Your cortisol levels already naturally maximum peak entire day, called cortisol awakening response, happens biologically every human being. Cortisol stress hormone prepares your body face threats. First 30-45 minutes after waking, cortisol might be 50-100% higher than any other time. This normal, healthy when controlled. Devastating problem happens when add artificial psychological stress, this already elevated natural cortisol peak. When reading stressful work email, seeing terrifying crime politics news, or engaging family argument right upon waking, triggers massive additional cortisol adrenaline production top already naturally high peak. Creates what endocrinologists call cortisol storm. Stress hormone levels so elevated cause systemic acute inflammation, increase blood pressure dramatically, accelerate heart rate dangerously, increase blood sugar, make blood clot easier, leave unstable arterial plaques more prone rupture. Harvard Medical School studies showed people experiencing intense psychological stress morning have 200-300% higher risk suffering heart attack next 2 hours compared people had calm mornings. Morning emotional stress, literally dangerous smoking packed cigarettes at once terms acute cardiovascular stress. Worst part, damage completely invisible, silent. Don't feel arteries inflaming. Don't feel plaques destabilizing. Don't feel heart suffering until day stops suddenly without warning. Carlos, patient who died, had terrible habit waking immediately, grabbing phone, still bed, checking work emails, always brought problems, urgencies. Wife told me he woke already stressed, complaining work before even getting up, saw tension his face, but said needed be on top everything. That chronic morning stress, years, decades accumulated, created progressive cardiovascular inflammation, contributing directly sudden death that fatal morning. But not just newswork, family arguments morning equally deadly. Fighting spouse children right upon waking, discussing financial problems breakfast, complaining getting irritated things morning. All triggers cortisol, creates tremendous cardiovascular stress. Divorce statistics show interesting pattern. Couples fighting frequently morning much higher rates. Cardiovascular problems, couples reserving serious discussions afternoon evening when body more hormonally stable. Practical solution, transforming health, adding years life. Implement 60-minute morning sanctuary, sacred non-negotiable. First complete hour after waking must be protected fiercely from all external stress as if life depended on it, because literally does. During critical first hour, implement following absolute rules without exception. Rule 1, phone stays airplane mode, other room completely. Don't check emails, don't check news, don't check social media, don't answer work messages. World won't end if delay our answer, but your heart might end not respecting limit. Rule 2, avoid arguments, stressful conversations, family during first hour. If problem solve, schedule talk afternoon, evening, never right upon waking. Establish family mornings, conflict-free zone. Only light positive conversations allowed. Rule 3, avoid consuming news morning completely. News deliberately designed negative alarming because holds attention, but negativity triggers massive cortisol. Reserve news checking afternoon when system more resistant. Rule 4, create calm, predictable morning routine, calming nervous system, instead activating soft music, open window, fresh air, gentle stretches, deep breathing, brief meditation, silent gratitude. Studies showed just 5 minutes conscious deep breathing morning reduce cortisol 25%, blood pressure 10 points, effect comparable medication without side effects. Rule 5, if working home having flexibility, consider not starting work immediately upon waking. Wait at least 1 to 2 hours completely awake, hydrated, fed, calm before diving stressful tasks. Productivity, better heart, grateful. Data cultures worldwide show fascinating pattern. Societies calm, prolonged morning rituals, Japanese tea, long Mediterranean breakfast, Indian spiritual practices, significantly lower rates, sudden cardiac death cultures, people jump bed straight stress, not genetics, lifestyle stress timing. Morning should be calmest period day, not most chaotic, stressful. If wake already panic emergency mode, creating cumulative cardiovascular damage, eventually kill. Carlos could be alive today. Someone taught protect mornings, chronic stress, accepted normal decades. Now you know better. Tomorrow morning, when alarm rings, remember 5 deadly errors: gentle bed transition, water before coffee, gradual shower temperature, warm up before exercise, stress protection 1 hour. 5 simple habits literally add 10, 20 healthy years life. Choice yours. Continue fatal errors, implement saving solutions. Heart waiting, make right choice starting tomorrow morning. Today, unmasked, together 5 silent enemies lurking critical first hours after waking. Cardiovascular shock lifting abruptly without gradual transition, forcing heart 0-100 instantly. Fasting coffee combines severe dehydration, thickening blood, triggering dangerous cortisol. Immediate hot shower causing sudden vasodilation, dramatic pressure drops. Intense exercise without adequate warm-up, rupturing unstable arterial plaques. Immediate psychological stress creating devastating morning cortisol storm. Carlos' tragic story not unique. Echo thousands deaths happening every morning, homes worldwide. People woke feeling fine, died hours later without understanding why. But this not paralyzing fear message, total empowerment control message, cardiovascular destiny. Now possess knowledge literally saving life. Know exactly where morning deadly traps. More importantly, know precisely deactivate starting tomorrow without excuses. Must do 5-minute gentle transition waking, drink abundant water before any coffee, wait 30 minutes hydrated, use gradual shower temperature, warm properly before exercise, fiercely protect first hour external stress. Don't need make all 5 adjustments perfectly once feeling overwhelmed. Too much lead failure. Choose just one error, recognize routine, easiest correct first, Start implementing change tomorrow morning without delaying. Maybe simply drinking 2 glasses water before coffee. Maybe setting alarm 10 minutes earlier, do gentle transition. Maybe leaving phone other room during first hour. Every small positive change, significant victory, heart working, 100,000 beats, day keeping alive. Changes accumulate weeks, months, creating deep, measurable cardiovascular transformation. Thank you, bottom heart, watching complete end. Attention, dedication, show value, health life. If information valuable, saving lives, share urgently now. WhatsApp parents, friends, anyone love might committing fatal morning errors unknowing. Simple sharing gesture literally save life someone close waking tomorrow. Click powerful like now, subscribe channel more content protecting health, activate notification bell, comment below which 5 errors recognize morning routine, want know a company transformation journey, safer, healthier mornings. Remember always, small, consistent morning adjustments create big cardiovascular transformations when don't give up over time. Health literally hands choices make every morning waking. Use power wisely starting tomorrow. See next video strategies saving lives. Take care very well.